Mind Gap Podcast.
Everybody, welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin, and welcome back, Doug! Woo!
I'm glad to be here in the comfort of my own home.
I bet you are.
I hope you're comfortable in your home, wherever you're watching or listening to this. Comfort is our priority here at Mind Gap Corporation. Would you mind filling out this feedback survey?
It tells us what comfort personality type you are. That way we can optimize your comfort level.
That's right. Are you more of a
I'm gonna come
kind of person? Or are you just sort of the Or are you more of a
Did you know that squirt is pee? And did you also know that I don't care? Did you know that...
You're going to say it twice. Or are you more of just a, let us know in those comments and we'll give you comment, fart, and we will give you your full personality test. You just have to give us your social security number and your email, and we'll get it over to you ASAP.
And you have to sit through these 3 ads. Also, the one that's going to pop up in front of the questions.
Yes. And you have to figure out how to navigate the puzzle on the ad. Otherwise, you get 3 more ads.
Right. Click all the squares where you see a car.
No, this isn't capture. This is worse. It's like one of those fake mini games you do for mobile app games.
The sliding jigsaw puzzle thing?
And they're all just Japanese, anime girls with huge tits. And you're like, why is this showing up? I don't want to see this.
This one is a picture of the sky.
It's just, there was one that's been popping up recently for me. I don't know what it's for, but it's something to do with it's got an Iron Man theme. And the first half of it is just a girl in the Iron Man suit with gigantic tits. And I'm
what are you on that you have to do these
I see this shit when I watch YouTube on my phone.
Yeah.
It's like you're on your phone, so you must like mobile apps. And when I'm on YouTube on the computer, it just, will have those random thumbnails of stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many ones I'm like, I don't want to see this anymore. It's like, hey, you're in your 40s. You want an Asian site for dating? I'm like, no, I don't. I was like,
no.
why? And I'm like, why are you doing this? It's like, you're a dude. Like, you probably want this. I'm like, I really don't. It's like, check out this cool I love how they go into the category. It's like, here's this dating site. It's like social. Yeah. I'm like, that's what? It's crazy.
Doug, you have to go into incognito when you're searching certain things. That way you won't get those ads.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a common misconception.
Justin. But that's what's wild is I'm not searching for those things yet. It still is like, well, I mean, you're a dude. This is your age. Probably going to like this stuff. But I see this one. I wish I could find it.
Based on aggregated data, we know that this is what you're into.
You have a cock, so this is probably something that you're going to want to be looking for in your life as you surf through things. It's the first time ever I'm like scrolling. I'm like, where are the ads? I want to find the ads.
Weird like how
show up now.
It won't. It absolutely won't.
Motherfucker. It's so disarming to just be like, hey, here's Iron Man tits. I'm like, what? I don't get it.
Those are 2 things that I don't know how to process together.
Me too. I'm just like, I don't understand what this is. It's for some game, and it's like an innocent sounding game, but it's like, this is going to get your attention. Check out these iron boobs. I'm like, what?
I don't need
Here's
to
a
know
perfect example. Here's a perfect example.
Oh, you got
Look at
one.
this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this shit.
Is that like a floating giant-titted fairy?
Anime girls with huge tits and wings, and they're like heart, and it's for open beta launches today, Dragon Traveler. And I'm like, okay. All right.
Play this fun game, Dragon Traveler.
And the best part is, I learned this a long time ago. Most of the time, those games are nothing like the thumbnail.
What? You're kidding me. That I don't
and my
believe.
And my favorite thing is there was this one, I think it was Ebony for the longest time, and it was just like this hot chick on it, and you load up the game and it's like a base building game that happens in real time, and people are like, where's the hot girl, as they come in for the first time. It's like, yeah, nothing to do with this game at all, not even close. Even close.
That's why Royal Kingdom is exactly what it's the same game that you play that you see on the ad.
Raid Shadow
Mind Gap, sponsored by Royal Kingdom and Dragon Quest.
Dragon Traveler.
That's the one.
Yeah. Travel to my ass. Justin.
Yeah.
You ready for a little story?
Hit me on the Reddits, buddy. What do we got?
You're going to have to use your imagination for this, so I hope you're ready. Are you warmed up?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. You are a young person looking for a job. Can you imagine it?
Sure. Can I not be a 42-year-old looking for a job?
You know what? You can be a 42-year-old looking for a job if you want.
I don't want to be.
For the
but
sake
Doug,
of the story,
sometimes we don't get what we want.
Well, say you're 18 or 19.
Okay, that sounds good. We can do that. Okay.
And you're looking for a job in your local area, and you don't obviously have a ton of work experience because you're new. You're just finishing up school, so you do the best that you can on your resume, and you think the way to make up for your lack of experience is to put in a really good section about your interests and hobbies. Okay. So you're like, so maybe this will get some interest. We're like, hey, I don't do this, but hey, this is what I'm into. I like this. What are some things at 18 or 19 you would have put on for interests and hobbies, do you think?
Martial arts weapons.
That would I was like, that would be related to getting a job.
Martial arts weapons. I stand by what I said, Doug. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what jobs I was looking for at the time. I was looking for ninja or security guard.
AKA also gymnast,
Also gymnast. Do you need gymnastics onesie models? You're looking at the right guy. I'm here. Things that would apply to the job. Music collector.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Music collector.
Audio equipment aficionado. Yeah.
Yeah. That class
stuff like that.
Like sidewalk graffiti. Is probably something you would have thrown.
Educator. I would say educator.
Educator is kind of where I'm coming from. Great. So you spend all this time, you're working on your resume, and you're like, cool, I think I got this in a good place.
Okay.
You're like, this is good. You leave. You're like, I'm gonna grab some lunch. You come back, and then you hit up on your laptop. You're like, time to send out about 20 of these, and you go bam, 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 bam. You fire out 20 of them. And then you're like, oh, all right. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I think I want to update something. And you go back into your resume and you look at your interest and hobbies, and all it says instead of everything you put down there is garlic bread. And you're like, hold on a second.
Okay.
Why does this say garlic bread? What the fuck? And you start freaking out and you realize you just fired out 20 applications to companies and all this sort of stuff in this section that you really spent a lot of time on to try and define who you are. It now just says garlic bread. That's one bullet. It says garlic bread. That's your hobbies and interests. It's garlic bread. And you're like,
here's
what
the thing,
fuck?
Though, it's not wrong. It's just not the full story.
I would say it's definitely not the full story.
It's not the full story.
So you start freaking out and you're shouting, and your younger sister comes out. And you look at her and she just sort of giggles and you're like, what did you do? She's like, I mean, your laptop was open and I just took a look at it and I thought it'd be funny if I just changed it to garlic bread. And you're like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? You're like, it's a joke. And it's like, I just sent this out. And you're like, you didn't check it before you sent it? It's like, why would I need to check it? I've been working on it for weeks. It's like, sorry. And then they walk off.
I think
eating a piece of celery.
The biggest disappointment is the fact that I'm an only child again. Because someone will be murdered.
Because someone is going to be buried in the backyard.
Yeah, with their fucking celery stick.
With a piece of garlic bread shoved in their mouth.
And a note pinned to their collar that says, they know what they did.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was the story that made me laugh so hard.
That's hysterical.
Just imagine you're just getting like, oh, how old is this person? 19. It's like, whatever. His interests and hobbies. One bullet, garlic bread.
At the end of the day, it's such a low stakes thing to have happen. But like, 18 or 19-year-old me would be livid, would be raging. I would, my full-time job would then become, how do I get back at my sister? That would be the only. I would be so consumed with vengeance. Yeah. At that age, I'm not well emotionally regulated now, but I was even worse back then. And at that age, I would have been nothing but like, well, this is my life's mission now. How do I ruin you?
I think the good news is like no one's probably reading that application anyway. I don't know if that's good news, but I guess for the sake of the situation, for feeling embarrassment, most of them probably
Right.
aren't reading it. Second of all, if I was a hiring manager, I'd be like, listen, this is kind of funny. I'm kind of curious.
So, yeah, funny as I'd be like, you know what? I out of morbid curiosity, I need to bring this kid in and be like, tell me more about the garlic bread thing.
Tell me more
What happened
about
here?
your interests and hobbies. I'm
Right.
not going to lie. I am curious. I mean, if you're applying, for an Italian restaurant, that might get you the job. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
exactly. But see, then they bring in the like, is it only sides you're interested in, or can you talk about our entrees?
I was like, sounds like you have a good idea for what we can offer just as, gratis with the start of the meal. But are you prepared for the antipasta?
Our customers have been leaving here saying they're not satisfied with our offerings, and you've cracked the code. Congratulations, you are our new
We've been
COO.
thinking, do we give garlic bread or no? And now we're like, this girl's got ideas.
This
guy's
is
got
the
ideas,
one. I'm so glad that we hired you here at Happy Joe's. Thank you for walking in and
now
saying
go
we
pitch
need to hire
this taco pizza. It's the special.
The BLT pizza, man, that was the way to go.
Oh man,
Hot mayo on a pizza. Bring it on. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Just in general, just lettuce on a pizza just doesn't really do it for me. And lettuce in general doesn't do it for me, but especially lettuce on a pizza. I'm like, gross. All that water just soaking into everything else. I'm like, gross.
If you were that kid and you got brought in and they asked you about it, would you lean into it? Would you try to backpedal? Would you try to explain to them what had happened? What would you?
I think what I'd say, I bet listen. I love carbs, and garlic bread can be top of that list. It was an unfortunate mishap with. I would tell them the truth. I'd be like, it was an unfortunate mishap with my resume, but I will say I do like to eat. I love food. And garlic bread is definitely one of the things I enjoy eating. What do you like to eat?
There we go. Now you turned it around.
The interviewer? Who's the interviewer now? They're like, whoa.
Wow.
This guy just pulled the Uno reverse on me.
This kid gets it. Put him in charge.
He fucking gets it.
Get him a shield.
Healer just said, we didn't have a job opening. He's like, hey, good news. I'd like to work here. It's like, he's got some real gumption.
He's got some chutzpah, this kid. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
you know what? I bet you at some point someone on LinkedIn is going to be like, they're going to tell the story like, this is what it takes to make it in B2B sales today.
I want to know where that kid is right now. Where is that young individual?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's definitely something that would be like, I made a mistake today. I didn't double check my work and I missed out on many opportunities. But you know what I learned from that? Why don't you come with me as I go on this journey about what I learned about resilience in B2B sales.
I feel like that
why
needs to
one
be,
mishap shouldn't define you in your career,
I feel like that needs to be a new challenge that we pose to each other. We need to take something like that and then challenge the other one to write an entire LinkedIn post about why this is, and that needs, and eventually our LinkedIns will just be unhinged areas of madness.
I would love nothing more than just to be a troll on LinkedIn. Nothing would make me happier than to do that, because I keep saying this. I've been saying this for years. That place is a website of psychopaths, because here's the thing. We all know what's going on there. It's like when you go into a negotiation, it's like you go high, I go low. It's a dance. We all understand what's going on there. There may have been a time earlier on when we were like, I don't know. In theory, it's a good thing, right? Digitally connecting and networking with people. I mean, hell, I've gotten a couple of opportunities from doing it. I mean, I wouldn't say that it hasn't helped, but it's become this cesspool where everyone just posts shit, and because what it is we're all just filleting the companies. That's what we're doing. Yes. We're all out there peacocking, doing little dances and tutus, and
showing
being
how
like, look at me.
Yeah, showing how much we can bend the knee to corporations.
Like, this is what I think about business, and we all know what we're doing. We're all out there trying to feed some algorithm to have some place that will look at it and be like, wow, this guy knows about business. It's like, what's your business? I don't know. We don't produce anything of note to humanity, but we'd like to have this person be part of business. And like, you want to be business? They're like, I am business. They're like, I can tell by the way you wrote business on this business networking site. And it's just nothing but nonsense and garbage and insanity. And I just wish someone would call it. what I loved is seeing retired people be like calling people animals on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah.
And it's made me so happy when people were like, you are a bunch of unhinged psychos.
Dude, it really is like the minute that I no longer have to worry about that I get myself into a position either, independently, employed or whatever it might be, or freelance or whatever it is. I would love to just take a match to LinkedIn. Nothing would bring me more joy than to do that. And here's the thing too. I'll bet you could create an entire social media empire, like an influencer account just based off of trolling LinkedIn influencers, as they, like we talked about before.
I mean, there's a whole Reddit dedicated to, I forget what it's called, but it's like LinkedIn monsters or some shit like that, or unhinged LinkedIn or something like that. It's crazy.
That's where
Absolutely
I pulled some of
crazy.
the LinkedIn when we do AI or LinkedIn influencer. Some of those are born from that. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane what people are doing.
And everyone sits there, like you said, everyone sits there and pretends that we're all like, someone does one of those unhinged posts and everyone's either liking or commenting. Great insight. Love to hear this perspective from your side of the industry. I wish more people would speak up like this. Really? Do you? Do you?
I'm just so filled with, like, I'm trying not to throw up when I just think about this, because this is a reality we could reject if we chose to. We could all sit there and be like, nah, we're not going to do this, but we're desperate for jobs. So we have to tap dance and do this thing so that we'll get noticed by some algorithm, or hopefully, something will come our way and we can please these corporate assholes who don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't.
Right.
They don't know. They don't know what they're doing. And if anything, again, I just keep hearing stories where I'm like, oh, cool. So the world is literally my oyster. I could do whatever I want. These people are the stupidest fucking people ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I should just go do what I want because they don't know any better than I do.
Yeah.
And then likewise, it's just like, we're all humans, but these people are just acting like they know something. And I'm like, you don't.
It's amazing to me, and there's got to be some study that's been done on this, or it's got to have a name that has been put to it, but it's amazing to me that we will all understand, like, if you talk to someone, how many people have we talked to that have said LinkedIn is the fucking biggest cesspool of just like self-masturbatory, like just grossness? Like, people know it. It's very, very well documented. Now, there's a lot of people, most people agree with it, but for some reason, no one will be the first, or this coalition of people will not band together to be the first to buck the system or reject it. And so we're all sitting here complaining about it, but then just placating to it. I don't know. That phenomenon just will never cease to amaze me. And
there's a whole
LinkedIn,
Black Mirror episode, dedicated to something like this, right? I think it's episode 2, where they're all trapped in these like cubes and they have to like,
shit,
bikes,
yes. Yeah.
And the whole point is like they're trying to get on this talent show or whatever.
Yeah.
And that guy loses his shit. He threatens to kill himself. They're like, he gets hired to do that same thing. He tries to break the system, but he becomes part of the system because it's lucrative.
Yeah.
Because there's an opportunity to make money and make your life better because you can get a job that pays you well. And so it's like the ick, I guess, is worth it. And I don't know, man. I can't do it anymore. I can't. I really can't. It's one of those things where I'm just like I'll absorb. I'll listen. I always say this. I go, listen, I'll make whatever you want. That's fine. Like, I'll do it. Like, here's my thoughts. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, listen, I don't know in this. This is your product. This is your thing that you want me to create. I'll make whatever you want. I don't like it.
Right.
I don't like the direction it's going. I think this is a waste of time. I don't think this is going to be well received. But you're paying me. So I'll do it.
Not something I would choose to make on my own time. But if you want to pay me to make this, then that's
not proud of this. And I will debate whether or not I'll add this into my portfolio. But you're paying me, so I'll make it. So that's usually what I fall back on. And I know some people are like, Doug, we'd love to hear your opinion. I'm like, it doesn't really matter because I don't agree with you. And you're just going to want me to do this anyway. So I guess I'll just do it. So that's usually what I'm like, this isn't a hill I'm going to die on.
We'd love to hear your opinion. No, you wouldn't. You really wouldn't. Guarantee.
I voiced my opinion on a recent project. I kind of was like, something to me was like, no, you have to stand your ground here. And I don't know if I want to go as far to say as I was right, but the final product was the vision that I pitched. So, and again, it wasn't about who's right or wrong, but I was like, my instinct on creating this is this, and I
Yeah.
think we should stick with this. And ultimately, my thought process won out and we ended up going that direction. And at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I don't care which way we went. I was just like, my gut is compelling me to tell you that I don't think this is right. Based on my experience in creating videos and content, this is not a good decision. I don't recommend it.
Right.
And they're like, I disagree. I'm like, that's fine. I disagree with you. So
Cool. Yeah. We're
that's
both
cool.
going
And then
to
they kicked it
politely
around to some
disagree.
other people, and ultimately a lot of people were like, we want to go this direction that Doug's pitching. And I'm like, cool. Again, doesn't mean that's the slant. I'm just like, I would have done either way you wanted. I just need to know what the decision is so I can fucking mark this off my list and move on to whatever else you want me to fucking make. So anyway.
Well,
Anyway.
I was going to say, it's almost like you sit there and go, it's almost like I have an expertise in this, but why fucking listen to me? You trust me to make the thing, but you don't trust me to weigh in on how it should be made, which is just, again, a wild stance. It's a wild stance. You hired me because I have an expertise in this, yet you just want me to be a monkey that just, you pull a string and I do a thing.
I want to share a quick work story.
Bring it on, Doug.
I was assigned this project on a whim. I have more I would want to say on that, but that's not the point of this. So the point of the story is someone's like, hey, we got this high up person. We want to make a video. Doug, can you help us make the script? And we want to get this out and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. When's this due? And they're like, oh, end of the month. And I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm going to be out the last week of the month for spring break. So that shortens our timelines. Just so you know, that may affect how things go. And this person goes, oh, it's just a simple video project, so I don't think it'll be that big of a lift. And I was like, it may seem simple to you, but you're the same person that I had to convince to go a different route last time because your instincts were completely wrong. So anyway, I guess we'll just, whatever I have to say, you also don't know what else I'm working on. So anyway, I guess we'll just ignore my thoughts on this.
Fuck
Irritating,
me.
to say the least.
Yeah.
But enough about that. I want to talk about why I wasn't on last week's episode, why Chris Vellucci had to valiantly once again step in my stead. And I want to talk about where I was, which was New York City, Virginia. No, I was in...
Good old New York City, Virginia.
Yes, I made my first trip to New York. Never been there before, and I was there for work. But what was amazing was I finally, a couple weeks ago, Eric came on the episode to fill in for Justin, and Eric and I have known each other since 2004. And if you're going to do some math, that's like 22 years we've known each other. We met playing World of Warcraft, and we became friends, and we sort of kept in touch over the years. And I'd say over the last 7 or 8 years, we've been like just more like really connected. Like we wouldn't talk for a little while, then we'd reconnect, but like we were always just like pick up right where we left off. But he's in my D&D group, everything like that. So, but I've never met him in person in those 22 years that we've known each other. And I've known his wife for a while as well. And so there was a couple opportunities with my last company where we were going to travel to New York for a work trip, but they got thwarted for whatever reason. One, the office got flooded. Two, I got laid off and I couldn't complete the offsite because I got laid off, which I was like, this is cruel at this point.
One may have impacted more, but yes. Yeah.
So when they said, hey, we're doing this, thing, and I'm like, I'm a contracted worker. I'm like, oh, there's no way they're going to let me go. They're like, oh, no, you can go. And I was like, whoa, really? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh.
Well, game on.
So I was like telling Eric, I'm like, hey, listen, until we actually shake hands, I'm not going to like hold my breath, but looks like it might happen this time. And sure enough, it did. I got to hang out with Eric and Kaya for a couple hours on the day that I arrived because that's the only time that worked. And honestly, I know some people were like, were you nervous to finally meet them? I was like, no, I talk to him every week. We play D&D. Right. I play games with Eric. Like it's the least weird thing in the world. I've seen him on camera. Like it was like no big deal at all. And it was so awesome to meet them. And it's just like, it's funny because for a long time it almost seemed weird to talk about. I'm like, yeah, this is my friend. I've never met him because we met playing video games,
Right. Like, is it a real friend? Is it a real person? Yeah.
Right. you know, it's like those people who embraced online dating early on. And then when they
Right.
say, yeah, we met on through a chat room, people are like, oh, that's fucking weird. And now it's like, look at the endless amounts of apps that I get pushed on me during my ad experience because they're like, hey, you're a dude. Do you want to date? You want to date people? You know?
Yeah.
And just, it was such a fun opportunity to not only see him and Kai, but then also I got to wander around New York with him. Never been anywhere. And it's like, a lot of times I like to orient myself and kind of figure out where am I, how am I getting around? But we just started and they're like, all right, we're going to go. And I just followed them. They didn't know, they were like using, you know, their apps too. So like we're walking around. I was like, I have no clue.
New York's
like,
a big fucking place.
I was like, and we just stayed in the East Village. We just wandered around there, but we're just like, I'm like, I don't even know if we're taking the most efficient route, but I'm just following that. I'm like, this is cool. This is whatever, I guess.
Well, that's the thing, especially in New York, man. You don't need to take the most efficient route because no matter which way you go, you're going to see some shit. Like you're going to, there's something to look at. If it's architecture, if it's street performers, if it's, I mean, pick something. If it's a monument or some sort of like, hey, I've seen that on a movie. Like there's so fucking much to take in New York. It's if you've never been, it's hard to accurately get someone to understand how stimulating New York is.
I would say there's stimulation, then there's like Vegas stimulation, right? Where you're
I've never been to
by,
Vegas.
I would love for you to go and then compare those two because I find New York extremely similar to Chicago. So it didn't bother me in that regard. And I was thinking like if I had never lived in the city of Chicago, this would 100% be overwhelming.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Living in Chicago,
when I'm saying
like,
stimulating, I'm not saying it in a bad way or like an overwhelming way. I'm just saying like there's no, in New York, there is never, if someone said that I'm bored or there's nothing to, like that phrase doesn't exist there. Like there's always something to see, to do, to look at, to take in. Like it truly is the city that doesn't sleep. It's just one of those that it's hard to explain. If you haven't been there, it's hard to like accurately, like the city has a pulse. It's weird, you know?
Yeah. And like you said, it's just so massive. Like it's so big. And we were just wandering around and it was like, we opted out of like just sitting down at one place and having a full meal. And we decided to like take a trip to a couple different places and try a couple of different things. So the first place we went to is a place called Kalachi and it's a Pakistani like wrap place. Okay. And this place is awesome because you walk in, there's a counter, there's nobody at the counter. There's just a screen. Nice. It's like order. It's like nice. Cool. You type in what you want, you pay, and then like the order goes to the back to the kitchen. They start putting and they only have like 4 things. They're like, we got beef wrap, we got chicken wrap, we got garlic aioli spicy chicken wrap. We've got one other thing. It's like, and we have diesel fries. What do you want? Like,
I love this. Yeah.
It's like cool. And you just order it and listen, and I think this is going to blow your mind. These things came with raw onions and Justin and I ate it anyway. I did pick a couple out because I could see them.
Who are you in New York, Doug?
But I was just like, I gotta do this, man. I was like, I got to respect because there's no option to say no onions. I was like, I got to respect what this is and I got to try and do it. And I did it.
Were they chopped up, like mixed in with the beet?
They were like strings.
You could have easily taken those off. That's
I took
amazing.
a couple out. Yeah. I took a couple out because they were like because I'm like, I'm fine, but then I see them, I'm like, I got to get a couple of these up.
They were aggressively on top. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, hey, dude, it was so fucking good. Oh my God. It was so good. And the diesel fries were so good. Like,
can I ask an off tangent question? Kind of on topic,
of course.
But not.
Welcome to Mindcap.
Are you has this opened you up to the possibility of liking onions?
No. Fuck you for asking. Next question.
You just said you ate it and it was so fucking good.
Yeah. And the answer is no, because I did it because I was like, I have to do this to honor this culture.
You were the New York culture?
The Pakistani food culture. I was like, I have to.
You were afraid that the machine that took your order was going to get offended if you
I was terrified that the machine would be like, we see him, never let him back here again.
We see all.
I see all. No, absolutely not. Onions, no.
Fair enough.
I will have them my own way, which is I will shred them on a cheese grater and liquefy them whenever I'm making, so I'll get the flavor but not the texture. I am who I am.
I'm glad that New York didn't change you, Doug. All right.
Thanks. Never. And then so we went from there and we figured we'd walk around for a while and we'd get a slice of pizza. And as we were walking, Kaya stops dead in the street and this in the sidewalk and just stares. And Eric's like, "What are you doing? Get out of the way!" She's just like, she points across like, what was it, Donald Sutherland and They Live or whatever, and she's just like pointing like, "Oh," I'm like, "What?" It says Fluffy Fluffy. It's a Japanese fluffy pancake place, and she's like,
okay,
"Japanese fluffy pancakes. Can we go?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's go."
is this a
She's
thing
like,
that she likes, or like?
if you're on social media, you've probably seen them. Like they're very
okay.
like delicate, fluffy pancakes. They're like, they take time and effort to make. I thought it was like a marshmallow place. It was called Fluffy Fluffy. I was like, all right. And we go over there, and by the way, pancakes are not cheap for just like your standard one. There's like $17 for two,
Jesus
so they're quite
Christ.
pricey. But all three of us shared,
Yeah.
and they were very good. They were very good. And then we kept wandering around, and we ultimately ended up getting a slice of pizza, New York style pizza.
Fuck
It was
yes.
great. It was delicious. It was awesome. We wandered around to a board game store, and they went dice hunting for some D&D dice and stuff like that, and went to a year-round Halloween store, which was hilarious to me,
That's
and
awesome.
costume shop. I was like, this is interesting. And just had a wonderful time. Just not only was the food just fantastic,
Yeah.
every single place I ate, the food was just top notch. I loved it. It was so good. Even the simplest stuff was amazing. And just walking around, it was so funny to me. I was like, I feel like such a Midwestern, because when I landed, it was 75 degrees, and I planned for this, and
That's
I
nice.
immediately had shorts on, and I
Yeah.
was like, and I look around this busy street of New York, not one goddamn person was wearing shorts. Everyone was wearing long pants. And I was just like, why is it that I'm the weirdo here? Why in the city of New York? It's 75
New York.
fucking degrees. I was like, oh, it's just like, I approached it, it's like, oh, it's like Florida. I'm like, no, this is the fucking Northeast. They just had a foot of snow here not
Right.
that long ago. Like,
What are
what
they
are you doing? Like, where? You all should
What-
just be like, just
what did they know that
basically
I
nude
don't
at this
know?
point in time? I was like, why don't people like wearing shorts? I protest. I was like, that's weird. It's funny. Also, people smoke a lot of weed there, man. Jesus
Yeah, dude.
Christ.
Yeah.
man.
You
It
just smell it just walking down the
oh,
street. Yeah.
It is everywhere, man. It is
Everywhere.
wild, I say. But
That's
yeah.
that's the new campaign to make New Yorkers nicer. Is let's just get them all high as balls and
get
let's
them
just
high,
see if
man,
we can.
and feed them some good food.
It's called
They're gonna be
Midwest
happy.
nice, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah, man.
California
Oh.
grass makes you Midwest nice.
Oh yeah.
What kind of pizza did you get when you said New York style? Did you get cheese? Did you get toppings? Like what'd you go for?
I got a pepperoni with vodka sauce. Is what I got.
Very interesting choice.
Yeah,
Huh,
it was
okay.
good. It was. I was like, that one looks pretty solid. I tell you, man. Like, I it's so funny the debate, right, between like Chicago style and New York. I'm just like, it's apples to oranges, man.
It's
Like,
fucking.
they're-
It's all pizza,
they're-
bro.
And it's also they're not the same.
No,
at all. It depends.
not at all.
Because Kai asked, he goes, "What do you like more?" I go, "It kind of depends on the mood." I'm like, if I want a lasagna, I'll order a Chicago style deep dish. I was like, I love the simplicity of a New York slice.
Yes.
They just heat it up. It comes out. It's got a nice crust. You fold it over, you eat it, and you go. Like, it's a nice, simple thing. It's a big slice of pizza. It's a Doug-sized slice of pizza.
Big as your
Fantastic.
face. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
great. It's wonderful. Like, I think it just depends on what you want. To be like, oh, New York's better than Chicago. I'm like, I guess it depends on the day, what
Right,
you're
yeah.
into. I don't
I'll
know.
also argue that deep dish is not Chicago style pizza. Tavern
Also
style
true.
is Chicago style pizza.
Yo, tavern style is where it's at, man. Like,
Thank you.
Tavern style is the shit, man.
I will
that-
lay down my life for that argument. That is Chicago style pizza, and that is
Oh.
to me that is the superior pizza top to bottom. I love a New York slice, but Chicago tavern style. I just fucking come on.
I
Come
gotta
on.
say, it's the perfect balance between it's thicker than a thin crust,
Yeah,
and it's not quite hand tossed, right? And it's just like it's got that cornmeal on the bottom of it.
it's just so
It's
good.
just it's so good,
It's
man.
so good.
It's just
Yeah.
so
So
good.
good.
I made my own recently, and it was fucking
Nice.
delicious. It
Yes,
was so
sir.
good. A lot of effort on the dough, but it was worth it. It was delicious, and I really, really enjoyed it.
I love this
So
for
good.
you. The cool thing about like how you met him too, I think what's interesting, and because again, people saying like, isn't it weird this and that? It's back in the day. I think it would have been weird when it was just talking to people on the phone, or if there was just voice over internet type connections. But with modern technology, again, you see Eric every week. You have talked to him many times in person, virtually, but like it's not like it used to be where like you make a friend and you were just speaking with for example, my buddy that I used to work with at the Container Store, he met his now wife. They were playing Gears of War and they met online. She was from New York, he was from Chicago. And they started talking, and it was on the phone, this and this, and they shared pictures with each other, but it was never a video chat. And he's like, I'm going to New York to meet her. And we're all like, that's wild. And he's like, I fucking love this chick. And we're like, that's really wild. And then they got married. We're like, this is fucking amazing. And they got a kid together. They live in New York now. And like, it is the best. And I'm like, this is insane. But like that at the time was way different than like, you know, like, you've done 22 years of knowing this guy, and again, you've seen him day in and day out. So yeah, of course, it's not going to be weird. Like you speak with him all the fucking time. He's hosted the goddamn podcast, for God's sakes.
Right. Well, it's also interesting because like early on there wasn't video chat like when we started, and I remember, we hopped on a video chat together, and it was very jarring because he didn't look like I thought he would. You know what I mean? Like to me, his face didn't match his voice. And he goes, I remember being like, what do you mean by that? I go, I don't know. But
do you remember when we started playing D&D, the our campaign with him, Guy and Seth? And I was like, what I said, do you have a picture? And you're like, he's not going to look like you think. I'm like, what do you mean? You sent me the picture. I'm like, oh, that's not who I had in mind at all.
Yeah, it's like for whatever reason, his voice does not match his face. Can't tell you what it is, but
it's like, not a good or a bad thing. It's
not like he's a hideous troll or something. I'm just like, your voice just does not match what I thought it would. I was like, that's interesting. That's so funny. Yeah, no, it was an absolute joy. It's such a highlight of the trip.
That's great,
to be able to finally meet him and hang
in
out
the
with
flesh
him and share good food and great conversation too. And we were just like wandering around, and it was so good.
That's magic, dude. That's awesome.
And so from there, unfortunately, that was the highlight of the trip, and then became the work part, which
and then it's just tanked.
It's not as fun as hanging out with them. But one of the things I always like to do, I like to walk. You know this,
yes,
especially when I'm traveling. I love walking in the morning.
Right.
To just sort of like explore. I just like going to like, I'll pick a landmark or someplace. I'm like, I'm going to walk over there. For me, it was like, there's a couple of parks nearby. I really wanted to make it to Central Park, but it was a 3-mile walk just to get there.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's an hour just to get there. And that's just to touch Central
Park,
not explore.
Yeah.
And then it's another hour back from there. So I was like, yeah, that's probably not in the cards, which is a shame, but I was like, whatever. So I saw Washington Square Park it's
a solid park to see.
Away.
Yeah.
So I headed over there, and I was just doing kind of some laps around there in the morning, and just, the sun was slowly coming up and stuff like that. And what I love about these parks too is like almost all of them have a dog run too. So you're like, this is because this is where people are like walking their dogs and letting them go. And I was just like doing laps. I was doing it on the outside. I was going through the inside. It's unfortunate because this was the time where like, I guess garbage pickup was probably due. Every single garbage can was overflowing with garbage. And I was that's unfortunate. Cause I walk in, I was like, where are the homeless people? Cause that's immediately what I thought. And not a single homeless person in the park, which was wild. I was like, wow. Okay. In general, didn't see that many homeless people in New York. That blew my mind. Like,
sure.
I'm sure they exist, no doubt, but like maybe just in that area, that's just not where they were hanging out. I don't know, but I was like, wow, I was blown away by that. And so I'm walking. At one point, I hear a rustling in like the area, and I look, and I was like, oh, where's the? I was like, I don't know. I was like, what was that? Because it's been quiet, and I hear with some leaves. I'm like, what is that? I was like fucking squirrels, man. And then I hear it again. I look, and it's a couple of rats. I'm like, oh, right. I forgot.
Ta-da.
That's what we got going on here. It's rats. I'm like, of course. Look, you guys are in your fucking cornucopia in this park. There's garbage everywhere, man. Like, get in it. Get on it. I was like, that's crazy. And then I'm finishing up my last lap. And then I'm walking. And by the way, when I go to a new place like this, don't wear my headphones. I'm like, I need to be aware of my surroundings. I don't know where I am. It's
100%.
I'm not fucking around, like whatever. So I'm walking, and I hear a guy go, yeah, and that's what it is. So I'm like, what the fuck? He was like right to my left. I was like, what the fuck? I look over in the bushes, and this dude just took a shit and is wiping his ass. He's like, currently, he wipes and then looks at the toilet paper, and I was like, oh man,
Yes,
oh,
sir. Yes, sir.
Shit. I was like, oh no, oh no, and I was like, of course, you have to be like, cool, I didn't see that, and you just keep walking as this guy's just talking to himself. He's just taking his morning dump in the park in the bushes. I was like,
oh, that's a messy one today.
He's just talking to himself, like, I was like, I want to believe he's on the phone, but he's not. He's just talking out loud as he takes his dump in the park. And I was like, oh, man. At least it's not on the sidewalk, I guess. I mean, it's in the bushes. So I was like, God damn it.
That is,
like, well,
yeah, I've seen some shit in Chicago, very similar, but,
I seen a guy spread his asshole in Chicago. That one was wild.
Was he trying to ID himself to someone, or?
It was weird.
Like a fingerprint.
You're setting out the bat signal.
It's unique, yeah. No one's wrinkles are the same. No two buttholes.
Yeah, that was weird because I saw a guy this guy was clearly on something.
Uh-huh.
He was just bent over from the waist, and he was just like, I couldn't see his torso. I was like, this is weird. All I see is like this guy.
He was just bent over
lower
from
half.
the waist.
Lower half, and I was like, he has like a big shirt on or whatever, but his pants are like down to his knees at this point in time. I'm like, is that guy's pants down? And like he continues to bend over, and then like he's like pulls up his shirt, and like he's got his gaping asshole, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like double taking. I'm like, I'm not saying that, am I? I'm like, that's a guy's fucking huge asshole that I can see from across the street. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts. I was like,
hey man,
okay.
Big city living.
Hey man, Chi-town is my town. Hashtag Chi-town is my town. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yep. So you saw that guy and was just like, I better keep walking here. Let him have his morning constitution.
I was like, I'm also like, hey man, if you're in the point where you have to shit in the bushes and you brought toilet paper, like your life's probably not going great. So who am I to judge?
I'm not going to judge it. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
I was like, I know they have bathrooms at this park. I saw them. They don't open until a certain time. So this guy's got to do what he's got to do. Like, who am I to judge? I mean, I almost shat in a garage one time because, I almost didn't make it to my apartment. So I hear it. So far be it from me to judge. So the next day I was like, I think I had enough of Washington Square Park. Let's go to Madison Square Park. That's not too far away. So I head over there and over by the, what is it? The fucking, the Ironworks, something like that. Whatever,
the Flatiron building.
Flatiron. That's what it is. Flatiron building. And doing the same thing. I'm like doing the perimeter, doing a couple laps. I'm like, all right, now let's walk through the park. And I'm going like on the north side, and there's a monument, and I look over there and I see a guy who's got like his pants down just enough around his ass, so it's just like you see his butt cheeks, and he's wearing relatively nice clothes.
Okay,
and I just see the thrusting like with the hips, and I'm like, uh-oh.
What's happening here?
I was like, what is this? He's got his like hand up against like a stone monument, like part of the thing, like in this area. And he's just thrusting. I'm like, what is this guy doing? And as I keep walking and I see the perspective, there's someone that's just bent over in front of him. I'm like, oh no. And he's just thrust. And then there's a dude sitting like just next to them on the monument, just sitting there, just like watching him. Like, I think this guy is part of the group.
He didn't just wander up like you did and said, "Ooh, I'm gonna cop a squat and see how this."
No,
finishes.
I think he's part of it, but he's just sitting there, just watching. And just see thrust as he leaning against it. I'm just like, I don't want to be in this park anymore, man. I don't feel good.
So, Doug, given the option, would you rather Madison Square Park or Washington Square Park?
I think probably take Washington Square Park with all their garbage and the dude shitting in the bushes. Then that one made me feel really uncomfortable. And I'm like, I'm leaving this park. Let's just walk up Park Avenue and see how far we get before we need to turn around. I'm okay. I don't need to do any more laps here. This is good.
Let me ask this. Did they all look like they were having a good time at least? I
couldn't tell. There was a sinister nature to it to me, which I didn't like. Because
so you caught some vibes. You're just like something's off.
I was like, it's 6:30 in the morning at Madison Square Park in this dark corner of the park. I don't like the fact that there's another dude there. All these things, I was like, I don't know, man. There's something about this that doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Any part of
I don't
you
know.
feel like think like maybe you should call the cops or something, or were you just
was
like, I
like,
just need to
I
get the fuck
mean,
out of here kind of thing?
I was like, I gotta go. I need to leave. I don't know what to do right now, but I need to go.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was like, it's
That's
not
fair.
cool. I was like, I need to get out of here. It didn't feel good. But I tell you what, those
Doug's-
food carts looked amazing.
I was gonna say Doug's Missouri sensibilities started to come out. And go, oh, this ain't good. I got to get out of here. I shouldn't be
I was
witnessing.
like, I'm not.
They're knowing each other biblically. I should not be witnessing them knowing each other biblically.
I was like, I don't need to be here for that. It was so funny because like later that day, Eric was like, "Hey man, how you enjoying the city? You see anything interesting?" I'm like, "Well, I saw a guy shitting in the bushes at Washington Square Park. I saw some dude bending someone else over in Madison Square Park where someone else watched, and he just sent a GIF of like someone putting their hand on the window, and he just says, 'This city,' like all sad."
Those are the characters that make up New York City, man. That's
like,
the fabric of the city.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I'll tell you what. Fucking Seattle, way crazier. Way crazier. That's one of
that's
the craziest
right.
places I've been to.
I forgot.
Watched a dude smoke crack on the corner. I watched.
I forgot about that, man.
That
right.
was wild. This dude was just like eyes wide, like, woo, morning time. I'm like, whoa. I was like, oh, I've lived in Chicago. I can handle this. I'm like, I don't think I can handle this. I watched homeless people like aggressively like follow people down the street. I'm like, whoa, I don't know about this at all.
Seattle
This
of
is
all
wild.
places, man. Like you
Yeah.
think Seattle, you think you're like, oh yeah, that kind of home of the hippies, Pacific Northwest. No, sir. No, sir.
No, the housing situation is not good there, and
Yeah.
also most things close early. That's not a city that's like open all night.
Yeah.
So it's like when shit closes down, it's just like a wasteland. It's like apocalypse sort of like shit. Where you're like, okay. I remember wanting to try and go get something to, I think, a dessert, and I was like, "What's open?" And I tried to go to some Ghirardelli place. They're like, "Oh no, we close at like 7:30." I'm like, "Really? You guys aren't open later than that?" I'm like, "Nah, man, we're closing." I'm like, "Well, shit. I guess Fat Doug doesn't get to eat tonight." All right, I guess.
Did you overall, did you feel, what was your safety level? Did you feel, I know like you're a big guy, like, you know, you've got, we've talked about you're imposing and people tend not to mess with you, but like, how did you, like seeing that kind of stuff and then, you know, just in the general vibes in New York, how did you feel? Because I felt fine. I've never felt unsafe in New York, as weird as it sounds. And I don't know if that's a Chicago, like coming from Chicago or what, but.
No, I mean, in general, I'm mostly left alone. People tend to leave me alone, I think, just because of my size.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until a couple of years ago how much of a privilege it is that I get to walk in the morning when it's dark, and I don't think twice about it. Like, that is a real, I remember all the women on my team were like, "Wow, must be nice." Like, just go walk in the dark with your headphones in and not even think about anything. And I was like, yeah, I guess it is. I didn't realize that. Yeah. My comfort level was, again, I was initially when I'm doing it, I'm like, I don't know where I am. I don't know my surroundings that well. So I'm going to be aware. I'm not going to have headphones in or anything like that. And just whatever. For the most part, people that were up at like, you know, I got up at like 6, you know, to walk. I'm like, most people are just going to work. You know, there's not a whole lot going on, things like that, or people just walking their dog, or some people are just doing some exercise or whatever. So in that city, it felt pretty, you talk about the pulse of the city, like that felt like, cool, this is the time where people are up. Now, 2 or 3 in the morning, I don't know what that would be like, you know, but
it's fair too. Yeah.
But,
it's just people stumbling home from the bars at that time.
Right. It was also like middle of the week too. Like I wasn't there on a Friday or a Saturday or anything like that. So who knows? Like the Lyft driver, I was like, he's like, "Oh, you're leaving today?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, tonight it's Friday." He's like, "Oh, this is where the bar time, man." He's like pointing out this place. He's like, "Tonight, this place, line around the block. It'll be crazy." I'm like,
you're going into St. Patrick's Day weekend too. Like that was
that's actually a good point. I forgot about that.
Like it was going to get nuts. Yeah. Even dude, fucking Grand Rapids bars gets nuts. So like Chicago, New York, like, you know, those, like the cities go off on those kind of nights.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need that.
You mean that's not your scene, man?
Not my scene. Not my scene at all. But yeah, great time. I really, really enjoyed New York. Like I get the hype about it, and I just
Yeah.
got the smallest taste of it. I didn't go anywhere really too far outside of the East Village. I went up to the Met to do an activity for work, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that, but I made
I would
Little
love-
Italy. Had
Yeah.
a great meal down there, but
I would love
that's
for
about
us
as far as I got.
to go to get like as a group, like you, Jill, Nat, me, and like to travel to New York together, because like it is again one of my look. It's a world class city. Like New York is
Mhm.
it's in the conversation when you talk about world cities, but obviously,
Yeah.
But it is one of my personal, like one of my favorite cities, just because like it just there's always something new to experience. There's so much going on there. And Brooklyn, dude, Brooklyn is so fucking fun. Like it is.
I didn't even get a chance to get over to Brooklyn.
So fun. Yeah. Like that was but just the architecture there too, because you got those like old school like brownstones that like you see on all the sitcoms and stuff or all the TV shows. Like that's the neighborhoods, and it's man, so fucking cool. So I'm glad you got to experience it.
The diversity of walking down the street and just seeing such an eclectic mix of authentic shops.
It's wild,
food,
man. Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, this is really cool, really diverse.
Yeah.
Just fascinating. Like it was just such a really cool place to be. So I kicked this over to the Discord, which, by the way, check the link in the description to see if you want to join our Discord, which is super fun. And I just said, hey, what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen while traveling in relation to
Great question.
the shit I literally saw on my trip? And Noah said, one of the craziest things about Iceland was the wild weather swings. We went in early spring, so pretty peak winter. It was cold, but in Reykjavik and the surrounding areas, there wasn't too much snow. One day we decided to venture north, and on some unmarked road, we literally hit a hard point where one side of the road was normal, clear weather, and then there was a wall of snow and wind. We traversed into it for like 10 minutes, literally unable to see anything. No idea how we even stayed on the road. We opted to turn around, and sure enough, we hit the other side of the wall, and it's perfectly sunny, clear, and dry.
That's bonkers, dude. That's wild.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember driving with my dad one time, and like the rain, the wall of rain was just slowly coming towards us on the road.
Yeah.
He just like stopped his car. He's like, "This is cool," because it's just like it was
Just
nothing,
washed
and then
over
just
you?
slowly, just the rain came over us. I was like, "That's cool." That's crazier though, where it's like, "Hey, everything's sunny." That's a terrible snowstorm. Literally just going through, walking.
Well,
through
the
it,
fact
which
that
is
you
crazy.
can just turn around and come back out of it is wild. Like it was just
Yeah.
the system was just sitting there. It's wild.
It's like you went into a cave. It's like, I gotta go back out the way you came in. You know,
Exactly,
it's like, okay.
yeah.
And then Jared shared a picture of a statue in Billund, Denmark, made by the Prince of Denmark, and it looks like it's a hippopotamus either throwing up or swallowing a dolphin.
Yes.
Very strange. Also, it has a dick. I just realized that now. It's got a dick and balls. That's interesting. Okay,
Good for the hippo.
very cool. He's like, I go, obviously that's a metaphor for capitalism. Seth had a long story. I'm going to try and summarize it, but
Let's hear it,
he was in Munich several years ago, and he and some friends decided to take a bike tour. So they were hitting like beer gardens and things like that. And they decided to go to a garden, one of which it was known because it had like a vast sprawling park with little streams that ran through it that literally started up in the Alps. So it's a hot spot for people to go and hang out.
Okay.
So apparently, according to Slotty, in Germanic culture, there's a well-known group called the FKK, which stands for Freie Körperkultur, or free body culture, nudists, essentially.
Your pronunciation, by the way, was flawless.
Thank you. Germany doesn't give one single fuck about being nude in public. So
Nice.
these folks hung out in the gardens. Before they entered the gardens, the tour guides told us about this, and one of their most prominent members, an older gentleman who had lots of piercing, they affectionately referred to as Robocock. So we're riding through the gardens.
Yes.
So we're riding through the gardens and decide to take a break and take a dip in one of the cool alpine streams. We park our bikes and get in. A group of about 10 to 15 college-age folks. We're swimming in the stream when what seems from like out of nowhere, an older man appears wearing only a robe. He stands by the edge where we were and completely disrobes. Robocock had arrived. We were witnessing the legend up close and personal. He hops right in and acts as though this is a natural bathing spot, goes in the middle and just chills. Now, we all sort of take notice when he arrived, and that was the cue for many to end their swim. There were a few undaunted who remained swimming, The highlight came when a few guys were horsing around and dunking each other in the stream. It all came to a head when one guy got dunked and decided to swim underwater to avoid another dunking. The stream, being rather strong, carried him right to the point where RoboCop lay back, relaxing his shiny dong. This guy came up right under his ass, and I watched in horror as his face dragged along the RoboCock, which startled both of them. And when the young man opened his eyes, he realized what had happened. He had just been mushroom stamped by the Munich nudist royalty. That ended the adventure. Everyone decided to call it there on swimming. RoboCock uttered not a word, but smiled with a weird pride that he had so deflowered this young American and merely waved off as we rode off on our bikes.
Welcome to Deutschland.
Welcome to Munich. RoboCock agrees. Oh my God. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Fucking
so good. So
hey, Slotty might have won.
If that doesn't encourage you to go out and explore the world, I don't know what does.
I don't know what does. This episode of Mind Gap brought to you by Travel.
Brought to you by nudists.
To buy RoboCock.
RoboCock. Man, I tell you, the sequel really lost the message from the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely went in a different
RoboCock
direction.
2, not as good as RoboCock 1, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially, never mind. Doug, you want to play a game?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah! Well, in honor of your trip to New York, I thought we'd play a New York themed game. And because
Awesome.
you like
I'm gonna
to
be great at this.
Yes, because you like to obviously you like to bend the rules on things, you like to get into trouble, and I was very worried that you were going to get arrested there. I think I'm going to quiz you on some odd New York City laws, okay?
Let's fucking go.
So, I am going to true or false, you can have sex in parks so long as you have a witness.
And don't get caught. True.
That was fully legal sex, Doug. By the way,
apparently so.
Pursuant to the New York Penal Code. The penile code. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 laws. One of them is true, 2 are false. You have to tell me which one is the actual New York law. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
2 lies and a truth. Got it.
Basically 2 lies and a truth. Yes. You cannot wear slippers after 10 p.m. in public on the street.
Okay.
It is illegal to honk your car horn unnecessarily within city limits.
There'd be a lot of people in jail for that.
It is illegal to eat pizza with a fork in Manhattan.
Oh, that one sounds like it would be like technically true, you know? Because this is
Mm-hmm.
one of those things where it's like, yeah, there's laws,
Right.
but who really enforces them?
But who's going to enforce these? Yeah.
Right. I'm going to go with the slippers one. I feel like, wait, no, I'm trying to find the one that's true.
You're trying to find the one that is true. There's 2 false ones, and one of them is true.
You know what? I'll go with the pizza one. That seems like I'm probably going to regret it, but I'm going to go with the pizza one.
It's illegal to eat pizza with a fork in Manhattan. That is false.
Yeah.
The true one is it's illegal to honk your car horn unnecessarily in New York City. And again, that one is that's mob mentality because everyone in New York's like, come at us, NYPD,
Like
arrest
they
all of
honk
us.
at you as they do it and flip 2 birds. They're
Yep.
like, fuck you, honk, honk,
Fuck
honk.
you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's definitely like stop honking, but who's gonna police, someone's honking their horn unnecessarily. It's like, okay, jaywalking's also illegal, but
Yeah, we'll
know,
get right
what are
on
you
that,
gonna do?
ma'am. Yeah, as soon as
Yeah.
you stop eating your pizza with a fork.
You
All right,
fucking beast.
beast. So, I'm busy right now. I am in Madison Square Park watching 2 people fuck. That was a cop sitting.
All
on
right,
this
and once they
bench.
finish, then I'm gonna lock them up. All right,
and then I will get to the honking. Also, there's honking happening here. FYI.
yeah.
Here we go. All right. So next round. It's technically illegal to take selfies with the Statue of Liberty.
I love the technically part.
It is technically illegal.
I'd love to
take
know the
selfies
technicality of that.
with the Statue of Liberty. New Yorkers.
She can't consent, so you can't do it.
Exactly. Yes. It's all about the right of privacy. New Yorkers may not own more than 5 pigeons at once, and selling
seems
pickles
fair.
in New York City requires a license. It's a tough one.
I mean that does seem like, yeah, I mean you're selling food, right? So,
One would assume.
but also you can't own more than one pigeon or more than 5 because there's too many goddamn pigeons, like, so
Exactly.
you can't be doing that stuff.
You don't want a
So,
monopoly on pigeons. Yeah.
You don't want to have them going like rats,
Exactly. Yeah. That is not actually a law. You can own as many pigeons as you like in New York City. Selling pickles in New York does require a license.
Damn.
Yes.
I was like, I know it does because it's food, but I was like,
Yeah.
the pigeons one also.
I was
That
hoping
makes
that
sense.
the technically might get you on the Statue of Liberty one because it makes you think like, well, wait, like technically illegal again, like that technicality
I'm
of like
curious as
that
to like
feels
what the
like
technicality is,
Yes. Unfortunately, not illegal. So you can take as many selfies as you want with her without consent. You're welcome. Okay, here we go. Last round. One is real, 2 are fake. Here we go. Bagels cannot be sold after midnight on Sundays. Jumping from a building is technically punishable by death.
Because if you fall, you die.
God punished you on that one. You
Darwin was right.
Right? This is Newton's justice. You cannot walk a giraffe down Fifth Avenue without a permit.
Oh fuck! I feel like this is in some stupid fucking trivia that was like leading up to my trip. I feel like the giraffe one was one that I saw. Oh my god! They were playing this like, what's real? What's the thing? And
Someone was playing this. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
It was,
I'm glad I picked a game that's on brand.
so the first one was what again?
First one was bagels cannot be sold after midnight on Sundays.
That feels like a gremlin law, and I don't believe in it. All right, I don't believe.
Fair.
That's what that is.
Fair.
That
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Right. And the
Second one was
like, technically it's illegal to jump off a building.
it's not illegal, but technically it's punishable by death. Jumping from a building is technically punishable by death. I guess it is. That would make it illegal, but yeah.
Give me the giraffe one. That's the one I'm going with.
You cannot walk a giraffe down Fifth Avenue without a permit. The true one is jumping from a building is technically punishable by death, which is kind of an odd law to have on the books. But
so I can walk a giraffe down the street without a permit?
To your heart's content. Now you can down Fifth Avenue. Nothing about Park Avenue. That might not. Yeah. Fourth Avenue. Don't do it. But Fifth, it's Giraffe City right there.
Giraffe City, baby.
That's the giraffe thoroughfare right there.
I was bad at all those. That was fun though.
Hey! So Doug, you will get arrested in New York City.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I probably committed so many laws. I mean, I jumped off so many buildings. It's crazy.
That's what I figured. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
While you
Good luck
jumped off
catching me,
buildings
though.
while selling pickles without a permit.
That's right. Hell yeah. Fuck you
I
guys.
was selling pickles to jumpers right before they ended.
And then you got to get some negative calories in your body, That's
right.
There you go. Also forgot to mention I had Katz's Deli while I was there too. So
You actually
good,
went
man.
when we were there. The line was so fucking long, dude.
I didn't get here's the wild thing. My company caters food every Thursday. And about once a quarter they get Katz's Deli.
So you didn't
I
go there, but
happened
you
to
had
be
it.
there at the day when they were serving it. So 2 dudes with a cooler full of fresh pastrami were chopping it up in office, and I got to have fresh pastrami,
are you kidding
rye
me?
bread, and their pickle. And I was like,
How
this
was
is
it?
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it was
dude.
amazing.
Oh,
Because everyone
that's-
said, don't go. They said, don't go there. It's a waste of time. You're not going to get in. It's a mess. Don't do
Yeah.
it. And I was like, all right. And just to have it there, I was like, this is amazing.
What a fucking, that's so cool. That is absolutely cool. Yeah, when we were there the last time, we were walking around that neighborhood and we walked by and we're like, if it's not busy, let's stop in for lunch. Fucking down the block, like 2 blocks long. We're like, yeah, fuck that. Yeah, it's,
I
hey,
hear
look,
it's a madhouse.
there
It's
it
like, good
is.
luck.
We saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I have
fucking-
can I have the table?
It was awesome. I highly recommend it. So,
That's awesome, man. Love to hear that.
Yeah.
Love to hear that.
Well, gang, before we go, Justin, what do you got to recommend this week?
The Oscars just happened, and there was some really good winners. And kudos to Jessie Buckley, who was in Hamnet and won best actress. Totally deserved. So I'm going to recommend Hamnet because that movie. She went to a place that I don't know how she got there. It was unbelievable. Performance was out of sight. Paul Mescal was also incredible. Everyone, dude, the fucking kid, Jacob Jupy, my God, this kid has a fucking future. Top to bottom, amazing performances, but Jesse Buckley was a fucking revelation. So please go watch Hamnet. It is very, very worth it. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. If you haven't seen it, Doug, right. I think you'd like it. From a film perspective, I think you'd like it.
From an enjoyment level, I don't know.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll talk off mic. I recommend it to everyone other than Doug.
Sure.
Doug TBD.
TBD.
Doug, what do you got?
I recommend Night of the Seven Kingdoms on HBO.
Oh, okay. It's good, huh?
It's excellent. It's
okay.
really, really good. I'm always like really hesitant with any sort of like Game of Thrones offshoot, but this one is based on a series called The Hedge Knight. It's basically the story of Sir Duncan the Tall and the Targaryen boy that becomes a squire. And what's great about this is like Dunk is actually a good guy. And that's usually not what you see in the Game of Thrones universe. It's like he's a good dude trying to do good stuff. And it's him just like trying to in the lore of that. At one point he gets mentioned when like Jaime Lannister's going through. There's like the book of like all of the Night's Watch or the Kingsguard, and they have like pages filled with him. His has like 6 pages. He goes, Jesus. He's basically like Sir Duncan the Tall. My God, how many pages this guy had? He's just gone on amazing adventures and done amazing things. And this is the start of that. So like,
okay, it's
really, really cool. It's very enjoyable. I highly recommend it. It's only 6 episodes, and the episodes are anywhere from like 35 to 45 minutes, so they're not super long. And
it's very doable. Really good. Okay.
Yeah, very doable. Highly recommend it. I've already watched it twice, so it's very, very fun. So
awesome. Great.
Check it out. Gang, thanks so much for hanging out with us. As always, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/mindgappodcast. Like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Have you traveled to New York? What was your favorite thing? Where's your favorite place to travel? What's the weirdest thing you've seen while you've been traveling? Do you have a good friend you've met online that you haven't met in person? Will you? Let us know who they are, and we'll make it happen. Link in the description for links to our Discord, links to our Patreon, links to our merch. If you check out our Discord, I'm gonna be hosting a one-night Ultimate Werewolf game sesh this coming weekend, so check out that. It's going to be fun. We're going to be lying and yelling at each other. It's going to be great. And of course, as always, Justin is online as well
on Instagram at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. While you're in the online realm, anywhere where you can find audio podcasts, you can find us there as well. Do all the things: subscribe, download, rate, review, share, listen. But the sharing is the big one. Please let people know that we exist. Then TwoEastEighth.com, TwoEastEighth on all social media, loveandimprovfilm.com, Love an Improv Film on Instagram. And also I'm going to throw in Strange Frequencies on Instagram as well. It's a film I've been working on up here, someone's film I've been working on up here for about a year now. And they're getting very, very close to getting done with the edit. So keep an eye on their social media. It's going to be a wild ride, that one is.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
With that, I'll say, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Listeners, viewers, thank you. And you all have a dandy fucking week.